folks, Kevin Snyder here. Hope that you are having an amazing kickoff to the new year. It's not just a new year, it's also a new decade. So what this means, especially for me, is that there's so much opportunity. I spent the holiday really reflecting on 2019 for me, more importantly, focusing on 2020 and 2020 and beyond, 2025 and 2030 even. So what I want to be able to do with my family now, as many of you know, my wife and I have a 7-month-old little baby girl. And between my wife and I both, we want to really create an environment, not just for ourselves, but also for her and our family, where we can begin now to plant some seeds so that things can grow, so we can be able to do some things in the future that we choose to, okay? So what we have to do with the vision is then work backwards from it. We have to break it down into the actionable steps that will then lead to us achieving that vision, okay? So 2020 allows us to do that. But we also have to reflect, okay, what was 2019 like? And up until then. So if 2019 for you didn't really have the speaking results that you wanted, that's fine, but we got to figure out why. You've got to reflect on what was it? What were the common objections that I was hearing from people? Why do I feel like maybe, why am I not feeling ready or not confident about my speech? There's a whole variety of things, and it's really tough for me to prescribe anything without a proper diagnosis. So I do offer speaker assessments where I'll look at everything that you got. If you've got a demo video, website, marketing materials, look at your program descriptions, I'll look at all that for you. Just reach out to me. I'll be able to tell you pretty quick from a meeting planner perspective, probably why you're not getting the paid speaking gigs. Or if you are, why you're not getting consistent at a higher level, meaning 3,500, 5,000, 8,500, 12,000 per speech. So if that's of interest to you, meaning not just getting paid once, but a consistent revenue stream of speaking, because you're going to treat this like a business, not a hobby, then now you have to really ask yourself, am I approaching it with a business strategy? And what I found is a lot of people, they're intrigued with speaking, but they're kind of dabbling, and that's fine. I was a dabbler for many years. I had a full-time job, it was comforting, it was security, but then it started to limit me. And then I had a bad boss. And then I realized, no. I no longer am in my dream job, I'm in a day job. And several years ago, in 2012, I quit that day job to live my dream job of professional speaking. And I've never looked back. So if that's you, then good news is, a couple things I want to share with you. Over the holiday, what I did was I completely revamped Paid to Speak. If you already have a copy, you might want to get a separate copy or an additional copy now. My editor told me I basically have a new book, but I uploaded a new file to my printer. I also converted it to ebook and recorded an audiobook. And one more thing, I created an online course that I'll be launching very soon. So those are just some new opportunities for you. For those of you that are watching this and you're serious, you're more than interested, you're serious about learning how to get into paid speaking. Or perhaps you're already doing it a little bit, but you're ready to take it to the next level. Because I promise you this, speaking, not that you want to get into it for the money or because it is lucrative, but it's because you can have an impact. You are sharing your message, you're inspiring audiences all over the world. I'm able to present to high school students, college students, and professionals, and be able to help audiences wherever I'm asked to speak. And for me, that's very purposeful. The fact I get paid for it is just an added bonus. And it allows me to be my own boss. It allows me to control my schedule. And it allows me to make more money in one speech than most people do in a month's salary, working for a job or working for somebody that they're pretty stressed out with or about. So I want you to get into it for the right reasons, but I also want you to know this. It's going to be a ton of work. You're an entrepreneur. If you're going to start a speaking business, you're going to create a business. So if you're serious about getting into it, you're going to see that I'm going to get much more focused and much more intentional this year in 2020 with things like this, trying to help people who are wanting to get into professional speaking. They have to know up front, it's going to be a lot of work. You're going to be starting a business. But guess what? That means you're going to have business results if you follow my process, if you follow my steps. So one of the things I did with Paid to Speak was I got real more clear on a step-by-step approach called a blueprint or a roadmap, if you will. So if you follow this and I stand behind this, you should have a speaking engagement or engagements by the time you're done reading it, as long as you're working through it. And if you're working with me as your coach, where I work with you one-on-one, I stand behind that result for you as well. That you would have speaking engagements by the time we're done. And that's a result that you should have. So now you got to ask yourself, well, what do I have to do to achieve that? Well, reach out to me, get the book, work through it, ebook, audiobook, online course. I've got so many opportunities that you can take advantage of. I also created, in last fall, I created a mastermind group, a speaker mastermind group that you can join to get access to me and others, where I'm sharing every other week. I'm doing a video. Every other week I'm doing a Facebook live session, a live Q&A, and I'm sharing call for programs announcements with you. I'm sharing tips with you as I go through my own speaking journey. So that's another opportunity for you to consider, which is called the Speaker Mastermind Group. Okay? One more opportunity for you to get serious about your speaking in 2020 and beyond is to look at my Vault. V-A-U-L-T, the Vault. And what the Vault is access to everything I use in my speaking business. Samples of it, templates of it, so that you can create it on your own. Or that you can use what I've provided for you to create your own actual speaking proposals, presentations, contracts, invoices, pre-event questionnaires, introductions, resources to all sorts of things. Because you want to be doing this the right way if you want to be perceived as a professional speaker. Okay? Now, a little recap real quick. A lot of ways that, for those of you, as I've said already many times, if you're looking to get more serious about your speaking or about us speaking business, then what I want you to do is know that there's many ways I can support you. If you just want to get the book, awesome, do it. That's great. I provide a free coaching call with anybody that reads this book and then reaches out to me afterward. Okay, so you get one call with me if you just read the book. Secondly, you got the ebook. All right, that's self-paced as well. Then you've got the audiobook, okay, where I'm walking you through it step by step. And then you also have the online course, which I'll be releasing here in the next few weeks. You also have the Vault, and then you also have the Speaker Mastermind Group. Okay, so let me share with you before we close a quick little opportunity about the Mastermind Group. Normally it's $497. Okay, $497. That was the price or the investment that I launched it with. That frankly, I'm going to raise that price here sometime coming up. What I want to do though is to be able to build that group even further. I want to get more engagement. I want to get more people added to it. I want to drop that investment down. Now no longer will it be $497 for a limited period of time. And so I'll close it when I want to close it. I want to get as many people that I feel we can create a synergy and an engagement with, and then I'm going to raise that price back up, okay? And it's going to be more than $497 when I'm done doing that. But for right now, if you're listening to this right now, I will honor a $97 Speaker Mastermind enrollment. And what that is, it's a full annual access to my mastermind group that gives you, as a recap, it gives you a webinar with me once a month. It gives you a video with me once a month. So that's 2 coaching calls with me once a month. Two separate ones. Plus, it's an engagement group where you can post samples of you speaking for ideas and feedback. You'll get tips from me as well, tips from others. Anybody that shares what questions they have or tips from their own speaking experience, you'll get access to all that. But it's like a gym membership. You're not going to get value from it if you don't use it, okay? So I'm really excited for you, for those of you that are watching this and you're like, hey, 2020 is my breakout year. If 2020 is your breakout year, then I wish you that result, but you got to ask yourself, how do I break that down in actionable steps with a strategy that works? Because if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. So what are the action steps that you need to take that are proven? That's a blueprint that's already been refined and polished. what are the action steps that you're going to take to make that reality happen? And what I found is most people don't really have action steps. They kind of hope. And frankly, most people don't really have clear goals. Then they wonder why they can't achieve them. So if we have a clear target for you, if you want to reach out to me and just talk a little bit about, hey, what does your coaching look like? Help me get real clear on speaking for myself and how can I help you? One of the first things I'll do with you is to get real clear on what do you want to achieve? Because you can't hit a target you don't see. Okay, so I'll leave you at that. I'm really excited for you. Remember, the Mastermind Community membership right now is $97 until I take that enrollment fee away and raise that price. It's probably going to go to $997 when I get it to the price that I feel what it's worth, and that's still a deal in my opinion. So I wish you success in 2020 and beyond. Reach out to me for help. We'll see you on the speaking trails. See ya. Take care.